I give the floor to His Excellency Ajit Nivard Cabral, State Minister of Money and Capital Market and State Enterprise Reforms at the Ministry of Finance of Sri Lanka.
Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity to make this submission at the meeting on financing for development of the ECOSAC. I'm particularly pleased that the topic for today is where the opening segment is to be made by heads of state or government or ministers regarding the financial recovery from COVID-19. And the session is due to discuss the concrete steps towards a sustainable, inclusive, and resilient recovery from the economic downturn caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, in that context, Sri Lanka has done reasonably well, where we have been able to take our people through the pandemic with clarity, where they have been able to make sure that their businesses were intact. We have been able to provide moratoriums for all the businesses. We have made sure that the people are protected. Our management of the COVID pandemic was one of the best in the world, where the numbers of patients as well as the number of deaths has been kept to a minimum. With all that, we did find that we had to also face tremendous challenges in ensuring that these were done. And we would have liked to have seen the international community responding in a way that they would have taken into consideration that this was a global pandemic, a global challenge, and that it should have had a global response. We would have liked to have seen the multilateral institutions providing a moratorium of at least 1 year, not only to Sri Lanka, but to all emerging nations, so that they would have had a relief or an interval during which time their repayments could have been not made, and which could have been postponed by 1 year, and that could have been used for the well-being of the people of their nation. Now, that unfortunately did not happen in that sense, and as a result, there was tremendous challenges being posed to the global emerging nations. The second was that the rating agencies also downgraded many countries, as much as many as 40, which meant that their borrowing was increased as their interest rates were also increased. That was unfortunate. At the time that they needed the support most, they were not able to have that support, and I think a large portion of their money had to be used to service the debt and the interest, which unfortunately was coming out of the funds that should have been used for the helping of the entrepreneurs as well as the well-being of the people. So I hope these matters would be addressed by the international community in their future actions, and we hope that this would be taken into consideration in the agenda to ensure that these reliefs are provided in order to ensure that proper financing for development could occur in the nations that have been affected most.
I thank the distinguished State Minister of Sri Lanka for his statement.